Well, this is a rough start. No, not the Wayne comeback at all. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Can you guys hear me? Do we have decent sound at least? So you guys can see what's going on here. Hey, what's up? At least the voice is there. Yes. You guys have the background music or not? Let me know. Well, that's a rough start. Yeah, okay, good. At least it was not like totally totally nothing for like 5 minutes. Well, I don't know what happened. My camera handle, it's a Sony FX30. My camera handle just decided to nothing happened. Yes, we're definitely up to conversation topic, Tyler. Let me go back to see what I've missed, because I saw some people. First, I'm gonna say hi, bonjour, hi, hello, everybody. Buenas noches. No, I'm not gonna try to go in Spanish here, but hi to everyone. Rob, hope your headache's gonna be better. Buller, what's up? Patrick, bonjour. Ralph, always cool to be here. I didn't overslept, trust me. And no, Canada has not been invaded by the U.S. Give it some time before we get invaded by the U.S. Being the 51st state will be something that somebody who talk about politics can talk about on YouTube. We're not here to talk about politics at all. Randy from Seattle, what's up? Failed my Dente 2 certification. Not a big deal, but getting ready for Yamaha TO. Yeah, okay, good. You're gonna get there. I just passed the test, my my Dente certification a few weeks ago, and to be honest, I studied to pass the test, and I don't think I know more about Dente than I did before I passed the test. Not because the test is not good, but I studied to pass the test. Now the real world application of stuff switch. That's not happening. So I need to do that a little more often. Okay, the no sound part. We're getting ready. You guys can practice lip reading. I can mute the mic if you guys want to. It's not a Temu mic. Come on, Rob. You know that. But we can talk about that. Temu mic was a really good exercise, to be honest. Dan, what's up? Charlie, good to see you. Stefan, hello. We're getting there. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat. You guys write a lot, which is a good thing. My chat is always a good thing if you guys want to write about nothing good. Yeah, Rolf, nothing beat a good old SM58. But for some reason, my camera handle is not delivering 48 volt phantom power for the mic. This is why I was not getting anything. I did not get any level at all. Like, not in the camera, not in OBS. So we're gonna get there. Now you guys can hear me. Background. Sorry, catching up. Okay. All right. We were to Tyler. Open to conversation topic. Yes, I do. Like I'm always open to talk about anything that you guys want to talk about on every single Monday. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk about live sound. There's nobody else on YouTube who's that open to do live sound. Fanny, hello. Scene going from full size to compact. We can definitely talk about that. Hold on. Music is a little bit hot. Put down a couple dB. I can probably do that. Now that I decided to have a mouse next to me. There you go. All in sync here. Belgium is good. Guys, sorry, catching up here. We're almost 10 minutes in. What's up? How you guys doing? I hope you got a great weekend. I actually spent a lot of time mixing on the compact on my end. Wow. I love this console. I love it. I was doing monitor with it from a show that I imported from a full size to a compact. I don't know why, I did not have the struggle of having to rebuild my fader layer. For some reason, I loaded the show and After updating the console, doing an initialize, I took my file, loaded in, it was there. My fader were there, everything was there. I don't know what I can tell you about that. Honestly, I thought at first, when you first loading up a file, you needed to go here in the config, rebuild your faders and stuff like that, but you don't. You don't. Illuminox, don't remove your message before I read them. The compact is just great, Rob. Seriously. I love this one. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a little bit of traveling to go get a case for it. I found somebody who had a case. I believe it was a DJ mixer case. This one's gonna fit perfectly. I may have to remove the bottom legs, but it should not be an issue with the compact because there's no fan in the bottom. So I'm probably getting a case for dirt cheap tomorrow for this one. The other one is gone. It's out on tour. It's gonna live in a back of a truck for the next few years. So guys, don't expect the other ones to be there. They're gone. But I keep this one around. That's gonna be the one that I will have in the studio. That I will have, to do my day-to-day stuff, my show here and there for all my clients and stuff like that. Because I'm having a lot of demand for one-off here and there. Can you show up and do something for us? And the answer is yes. I just go there and do it. So, sorry, I'm reading. As long as you're using straight fader layer, you're safe. What do you mean, Patrick? You're talking about like using regular fader layout? Please share with us what you do for the case. Actually, I have a video coming up. I posted a couple of shorts that I took on Facebook. I have a video coming up where I show my monitor rig, where I show the compact being built on the Odyssey case that I bought. And I have a full vlog coming out about that. Okay, regular fader layout worked great. Yeah. I thought my rack was going to be my workhorse, but it was wrong. Yeah, you were wrong. Yeah, definitely, Rob. The size, I mean, feature for feature, because it's the same thing. The size of the compact is just perfect. Ready music. I had a USB freeze on the compact when opened the DAW with another routing. Oh, interesting. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? We can maybe try to replicate that thing here. I'm really curious to see that, because the USB freeze, it's been a while since I heard about that, so interesting to know that. David, hello, love your channel. Thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate that. Do you have any experience with the Midas Heritage? I watched some of your podcasts about it, like good old effect on it. I have a little bit of experience with the HD. I went to AVL Media Group, or it was AVL Multimedia. I never remember. Anyway, the guys that sell the full-size HD and eventually the 96 Air. I went to the showroom and I did a demo with a couple, like a small multi-track that I have. Works great. It's just, your regular run-of-the-mill band, nothing fancy, no out-of-this-world musician, and I had a really good time with the HD stuff. It sounds amazing. The effects are good, are they? Well, they're world-class. When you go into those price range, I'm gonna be careful of what I say here. When you go on those price range, nothing is compromised. There is no, like, they have the pure algorithm of the effect that you're looking for, or they don't try to emulate stuff. They just do it the way it was done back there. So the effects, well, the TC stuff is the TC stuff that they put in. the definitely the real thing is in there. If you watch my video where I talk about the HD96 with Pete Sadler, he told me the only difference that you can, hear will be the processing behind those effects. Like if you are running, Shark processor or FPGA, the effects engine probably gonna have a different tone because of the way it's processing stuff. That could be the only difference with the real stuff, but the HD stuff is just out of this world. It's the top of the line for a reason. Don't worry about that. It's really good. If you're debating if you should buy an HD or not, there are other contenders out there that are like, depending on the workflow that you want to have, depending on the feature that you want to have, there are other console out there, but definitely recommend the HD96. I think it's a great console, period. No compromise, basically. Ordered a compact last week from Long & McQuade, ETA June or later. Maybe before. I think maybe before. I think they say June, but my little finger tell me maybe more around April. But yeah, Long & McQuade, I had a conversation with these guys about the Wing compact stuff, and to be honest, my personal experience talking about these guys, I don't think they I think for them it's a product. They sell a console like they sell packs of string. They have no expertise on the product so far. Of course, it's new, and I don't know, or the people that I've talked with in-house do not have any experience dealing with the product. They're not running those console like I am. It's gonna be a fun ride, I think, for us at Long & McQuade. I don't think they have figured out all their stuff yet. I don't think they figure out the Dente stuff. And I'm 100% honest, and I'm not making friend here. I think the Long & McQuade guys are in for a ride when that thing's gonna show up. And not only about the warranty stuff, that should be fine. Long & McQuade give great customer support, great. But for all the extra stuff, the support, the add-on for Wave and Dente card. Actually, I've informed the gentleman over the phone of the Wave card availability. So we'll see what's going on with Long & McQuade. You're gonna get a great product. You're gonna get a Wing compact. Nothing to worry about here. It's just perfect condition console. But the matter is, they do not have the experience maybe that I have with these console, or dealing or interacting with the user base for these consoles. So we'll see, man. We can talk the P24 now. It's all public. Yes, I saw the picture a long time ago. It looks to me like it was a great option. It's a great upgrade over the P16. When they called it the P24, I was expecting 2-layer of moving fader across that thing, but no. What they mean by the P24 is the fact that you have 12 stereo channels, so up to 24 source. But I think it's gonna do it for most people, to be honest. Yeah, no moving fader. It's basically like having a small flow 8 for your in-ears. Luminux, okay, alright, that bad joke again. Talk about anything. What are your thoughts on the loan economy in suburban Arabia, Africa? Any impact of local banking business? I think you got the wrong channel, man. We can talk about the Wing as much as you will. We can talk about live sound. We can talk about the effect of the sound on your ears and on your brain and all that stuff. But seriously, nah, it's good. Oliver, Germany, what's up? P24 USB to remote Wing rack. I'm not sure. Yeah, I understand your your question here. I don't think rub either. USB connector to P24 to W to the wing rack control. I don't. No, the P24 is only stage connect. The way that the signal is gonna work is you're gonna have a source. Could be a hub with. I don't know if the hub has stage box input, but it's basically gonna be a wing or something that's gonna send out a stage connect device or stage connect connector to your device, and this is how you're gonna get your stuff sorted out. You're gonna do the routing inside the wing, the compact, the full size. The hub is gonna be there if you want to translate from Ultranet AES. Does the hub have AES50 input? But yeah, the USB stuff on all the Behringer stage box and everything is just for firmware update. So yes, okay. So yeah, basically if you have a hub or a console, you'll be able to send stage connect to your P24. If you have a XR18 series, you'll be able to take that Ultranet out and send it to either the 4816U Ultranet and USB to stage connect. You'll be able to use that. But yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be the new version, and I love the stage connect stuff. Just regular XLR from one box to another. I believe the hub is powering up to 4 in line. So yeah, definitely good stuff. Hey Nick, what's up? You're late to the party, man. You missed the sound not coming out on the stream at the beginning. Like we're professional here. Nothing is working as usual. Too bad if it just send USB fader value to the first channel on the rack. What are you talking about? Okay, no, I understand. You want a remote. Yeah, no, it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work. It's not a remote. I understand what you're talking about now. No. Different purpose here. The 12 fader are there just to control the 12 physical fader that you have, or the 12 channel that you have on the P24. It has nothing to do with being a remote for your mix. It's not. Basically, the way it works, it's not a remote where you have access to a bus where you control the way that you're gonna receive the stuff from a console. This is basically like its own console. It's a small mixer that has no preamp. It only has a 32 channel, 32 input from Stage Connect, and this is what you get, and this is what you mix into your headphone out. And that's it. It's not a remote. It's a real mixer with mixer capability, but only for really small amount of feature, and you gotta mix for your headphone. This is what you do with that stuff. Any wing model can be remote controlled by mixing station at the moment. Any fader bank supported by mixing station is okay. You can actually have a software from Patrick to do that now. He's got a software where you can take a X-Touch, I'm gonna say it, and you can take an X-Touch having a translation layer from a computer, basically the software from Patrick, and you can control any wing with that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick, but you can go check out his website, x32ram.com, x32ram.com, if you want to have more information about that stuff. Patrick is a really cool guy. He's my moderator here. He's doing a lot of really fun stuff to go with the wing, Reaper, X32. Go check out his website. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find something to add, to implement to your setup from Patrick's software. You should be the main sponsor of this show, Patrick. I should give you a 30 seconds ad roll at the beginning. Today's Monday live stream is brought to you by Patrick Gilmayo and his software. What do you mean, nope? Come on. Yeah, people want that. People want that. Come on. Sorry, I'm just reading. Yeah, the P24. If you guys want to talk about it, there is a built-in microphone, a physical XLR to connect a microphone, and I also understand that there are two little mic to do ambient mic. So if you guys don't want to run crowd mic, you can have a musician dealing his own crowd. So basically, you can do that. Or if I understand this correctly, when you go on your wing, and when you set up the stage connect stuff, which is somewhere, which is somewhere around here, stage connect, oh, no connection, hold on, stage connect here, oh, there we go. When you set it as a 24 out, 8 in, like this, you will be able to take basically 24 channel out and bring back in your console those 8 or up to 8 talkback mic from these devices. So maybe you can use them as crowd mic if you want to. But that's basically the way that the stage connect stuff is working. Try to push my signal from the musician instrument back via stage connect. So single XLR. Well, it's theoretically it would work. Let's say maybe not using a preamp, because there's probably a microphone preamp in there, but let's say that you have something that is aligned in, let's say a bass player that doesn't sing and has a preamp out on his pedal board. You could probably put that, or actually you can probably put that on a pedal board and have the bass player connected to that, and just, somebody that has a single input, you could probably use that. It will probably work, but is it good? I mean, it's probably gonna work again, but we never know. We never know. Are the outputs from the P24 stereo? Yes, of course they are. The headphone amp are stereo. Line output is some mono. What do you mean line output is some mono? Click SPD track single input DI from other things. Well, you can use a stage connect for that. You can use a stage connect box for that, but the P24, I don't think that will work. Yeah, do not expect a Midas preamp. It's probably a Behringer X32 preamp. But it's gonna work. I mean, if you have somebody really far away, let's say, okay, hear me out. Scenario for this. You have a sports commentator somewhere in the building within, reasonable distance, but you have a guy in another room that's doing either translation or whatever. He needs to hear 2 different feed from you guys, so you can set up 2 different fader for that guy. Let's say language A, language B, and you can have a microphone connected to that for real-time translation. I can see a scenario where you could have one P24 like this. You send it to the guy, single mic, You send him signal from 2 bus. You have the guy with the 58 here. He's doing this translation real time, and you're getting the signal back to broadcast to whatever sports announcer somewhere. You have them really far away, 100 foot away from you guys. Give them a mic. They need to have headphone. Let's just say you run 2. Everybody can hear the global mix. They can have headphone. You can send them back their stuff. I can see a use case for those mic in the live setup. But other than that, I mean, it's just one input. So yeah, maybe not the best. Did you see SQ7 rack? Yes, I do. I think it's too late and doesn't have enough feature for competing with the wing rack. I do. I think it's just an SQ5, which doesn't have all the features that we have on the wing. Let's say that, just a single channel here with the amount of stuff that you have built in, all the gates, all the different model of EQ, all the different model of compressor, all the inserts, bus count, it's not there. Yeah, the SQ7 is very 2016. It's 10 years too late. It would have been good to compete with the X32 rack, but when you look at the wing stuff, there's nothing better from, and I'm gonna say it, there's nothing better from PreSonus, there's nothing better from Ellen and Eat, there's nothing better from whoever is in those range that offer a rack version of their console that can compete with that. Nothing, period. Nothing can beat that. Let me see. The hub has 4 stage connection up to 8 P24. Each stage connection is dedicated to 2 P24. Okay, Robert give us precision on the P24. The outputs are stereo, yes, of course, we kind of all knew that. But the talkback to AES50 is mono. So it's one line per unit coming back AES50. SQ Rec is double the price. Plus you need to buy the effects pack separately. Nah, I don't know. That's never gonna cut up. Well, actually, yeah, yes, it will. Some people, okay, hold on. If you have already a full-on system where you're already invested deeply into the SQ stuff and you want to have a rack, maybe some people, but double the price plus the effects pack, I don't see that happening. But Alan missed the boat when it's not being able to access the stage box. You mean you cannot have control? Wow. The SQ is 96K. That's the only thing that I see would be better. Okay, sure. Find me a situation where 96K did a difference big enough on a mix to justify double the price. Well, triple the price when you need the effects back. So, nah, not happening. Some people will buy it for sure, but Wing Rack, I believe, is the product that you want for those situations. For a band in-ear rig, you have the rack. If you need more output, you have a 48 16 out. That's going to be more than what people would need. It's going to be cheaper, even if you have to consider the 16 extra output for whatever reason. It's going to be cheaper. I think even the 96 Air is going to compete with the wing rack. I don't think so, because that's a different market. If you bought a wing rack, I think your situation is you are a small band, or you're a small audio company. You want to have your rack, but you don't want to interact with stage bucks. You don't want to interact, or you don't want to have a full-time user on it. Where the HD96 Air is the other way around. It's, you want something compact, but you want something that somebody will use all the time. You want a user behind that desk, and you want to interact with stage bucks. I would say the 96 Air is more in the line of a wing compact, not the rack. Like me personally, I can see myself where I would update from a compact to an Air eventually, but I don't think the rack is its own thing. It served a great purpose of being a stage box and a in-ear split for a band. You have an iPad, you control yourself, or you're a small band doing bar gigs. You have everybody's monitor in a left, right, and you do that on 24 input. But that's it. I don't think it's competing in the same universe. I see similar situation around here in Lyon, France. All Yamaha stuff here. Yeah, pretty much like it used to be here. Those Yamaha guy, I mean, the thing is with Yamaha, the Yamaha user base was never used to having flexibility. They were never used to decide of really plug in other than the SQ, or not the SQ, the CL stuff, where you had the premium rack. But we're talking about thinking that goes as back as the X32, where you had only a few plugins that you could use on the rack. You know, they had that in M7CL, LS9, but those console did not sound great. Let's be honest. Nobody ever said that the M7CL sounded great. It was way more practical, but never sounding that great. That being said, people slowly go away from Yamaha, is what I see. They don't jump all on wing. The wing is it took a hard time. It took a long time for the wing to catch. But yes, the DM7 is cool, but the price range is nothing to compete with a wing compact. I think they start at around $25,000, and I don't think it's as flexible as the wing compact. And even if it is, even if I'm wrong, it's 10 times the price. So what can you give me for 10 times the price? The wing compact has more expandability than the Air doesn't. I don't think so. I think the Air is more. Well, actually, it's the same thing as the full size. So I had a QL1 the other day for a corporate gig. The channels for processing is so old and lame. Yeah. You must use the FX Rack Premium to get anywhere. Yes, kind of what I feel. I'm still driving daily a TF1, and it's just, well, it's what you get. It's a small EQ, a compressor, and deal with it. I think the Black Wii family just came in just in time. I would say a little late to the game. If the Wing was released and was available, because I think this is something that we must point out. If the Wing family all came out at the same time, and if they were available during the pandemic, it would be it. It would be the console out there. The thing is, a couple things happened. The shortage in audio chip from the manufacturer that burned down, the COVID thing that affect everything globally, and the broken screen were big stopper for the Wing. But now with the compact and the rack, it's gonna be where it should have been all the time, and you'll see more and more people talking about it. Actually, I was touring this weekend, and some of the local crew were really impressed by seeing the Wing. They had question. They asked me some stuff about it, and everybody was basically like, I'm interested into it, but I don't know much about it, but it looks like a really interesting product. So I think there's maybe not enough publicity about the Wing, what it can do. The advertisement team at Behringer, I know, is trying to keep up with everything as much as they can. They don't only have the Wing to offer, and other company advertise professional directly, but the distribution system from Behringer is a little different from, let's say, the SQ stuff. They have a middleman that their job is to sell those consoles. Well, Behringer is just there. So it's I don't want to go into too much into corporate stuff, but basically it's my understanding. There's not a lot of information. There's not a lot of publicity with the Wing new family of compact and rack, but as soon as that's gonna grab on, the more and more people talk about it, it's gonna be fine. The digital console, we're talking about the HD96 here, has 144 input, 120 flexible mix bus, okay, 96K sample rate, 21-inch touchscreen, and a touring grade road case. That's more than the Wing. The Wing doesn't have more in and out. The route thing does. New Midas to replace the M32 this year? I don't think so. I think, NAMM show is a few weeks away. I think honestly we're gonna have the shipping date for the HD96 Air. I think that's gonna be a big hit. The HD96 Air is gonna be a great console to get more people into the HD stuff, because it will be on the high end of what is accessible to the smaller company to buy into that ecosystem. Some of them still have Pro 1 and Pro 2 with their DL stage box that they're not using much anymore. So if that happen, can probably get a deal on the HD96 Air, and I think this is what's going to be up for the market. But the HD96 has more bus, but it has more of everything. It has more input. It has more routing flexibilities. It has more, definitely more than that. P24 has 8 stereo outputs, one for each of the P24. Obviously, that will only 8 preamp connected to the channel left. I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about, Pancho. Hold on, you guys start to dive into other stuff. Hold on. I'm trying to read here. You guys are really active today. I love that. Each port on the P24 hub is separate and does not share the P24 hub. Strip that audio and send it back to the console using Stage Connect. Yes, this is how it works. The Stage Connect is a bi-directional system. Pro One size HD96. That's the Air. That's the smaller than the Air. I don't think that's gonna happen. Because I think Midas is really aiming for professional, where I don't want to say weekend warrior, but I'm gonna say the smaller guy here are not gonna buy. What are you talking about, Down the Dream? You put it down in my mind. Are you talking? Do you know something? Do you know something, Nick? You didn't see. Aw, come on. Did you leak out? I know you're fooling with us. I know you are. And my phone, somebody's sending me text message. Is it you? Somebody sending me text message? No, it's not. It's something way more important that just ringing in my head, in my phone. Okay, let's go back on track, guys, because I have some really important business to deal after. But you guys know some of you guys know something. You guys did see something and you don't want to tell me about it. You guys see something and didn't send me a text message, right? Pancho, Stage Connects has 32 input or 32 channel. Yes, and those channel, like I've shown before, and I'm gonna go back in the routing section here. When you go Stage Connect, you have an option to have those as. Oh, it would be fun if that knob would help us getting up and down in that menu. But it could be 32 output, 0 in, or 32 input and 0 out. It's bidirectional. You can do the P12 or P16 and no P24. I'm gonna get it. If you set it to P24 with 24 out, so 12 stereo, you still have 8 input, and those input in the source menu are here. 8 input, not available input in that config. Is it clear? It's 32, not 32 send and receive. It's total of 32. Mr. Funball, Wave new mix. Hold on. Wave new mix as inner monitor sound, kind of FX, maybe some plugin for wing it to make some bus sound effects to spread wide. What are you talking about? What you don't need? You don't. I can tell you, you don't need wave stuff to make the sound wider in the in-ears. So sorry, I'm not sure I understand your question here, man. Okay, you're talking about like the Clang stuff. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the Clang stuff is basically an effects engine that you put on your console, and you basically pan stuff around like you, and it's gonna have that room feeling. It's gonna add basically to your inner mixes that room feeling where you can place, you can be looking here and place people on stage around you. You can put the drum behind you. It's gonna sound like it's coming from behind you. They basically understood how we as human understand the perception of the room around us, and they replicate that into in-ear monitor. Because if you isolate someone really well with their in-ear, you can fool your brain into thinking that stuff is coming through your ear and basically being around you, like if you had no in-ear, which will be the ideal situation. It will be amazing if you could walk on stage like you have no in-ears and you can just walk up to there, but walk up there and feeling like you have nothing. But no, I'm not aware of anything from Wave that can do that. I don't know if the Clang guys are working on an expansion card for the Wing. Would be amazing. I don't know if it's gonna worth the price, because it's not cheap to buy a Clang system. It's not cheap either to buy the Wave stuff, but I don't know. I usually when I do in-ear, and I do that for a living, I'm good with just stereo pan. If you want to be, really picky about stuff, you can do stereo pan and different reverb about, for everybody. But that's another story for another time. I don't want to dive too much into that, because we can dive into the rabbit hole of mixing in your monitor. Maybe I can do a video about that, but I don't think it's going to be for a live to have the philosophy of mixing in your monitor. Yeah, the Clang 3D in your monitor. Put a plug-in on the drum, yeah. The Clang is $2,000 for a vocal setup, yeah. How many input is that for the Clang? Is it 48? Hold on, there's a big discussion about the P24 here. Punch on each port. You guys can read the chat, right? I'm gonna let that go for a while. I'm gonna go with the next question. Have you guys seen this AI feed simulator, the AI feedback eliminator software? Well, let's talk about that. No, I didn't see that, but I was having that discussion the other day. Can an AI replace a sound engineer? And I'm gonna say, as far as I know, that cannot happen in a live setup. Maybe in a recording, you can see you can give an AI a representation of what you want to have. Let's say I want my record to sound and being mixed like this, but I think the human feeling is never going to be good on the AI. Meaning, let's say that we want to talk about feedback. What's the difference between a monitor feeding back and a guitar player having a monitor in front of him with a guitar trying to get feedback because that's what the song's calling for? And I mean, the artistic point of view there, feedback could be something that you want to happen. Some records have, voluntarily have feedback on them, not only on guitar, on other stuff. So do you want to get rid of that, or do you how can you tell an AI to do that? If we're talking about EQing monitors and stuff like that, we've been doing this for a year, where you put a microphone into a box that's going to analyze and spit you out an EQ curve to get rid of feedback or to get rid of the unequalness of a speaker. But I mean, no, I don't think AI is going to take over my job soon. I cannot tell you ever, but not soon. I use AI every day for my day job. Yeah, Dan, I use AI too for some stuff, but I mean, I don't. How can AI replace art? That's a really big question there. But can AI can make song because you give them some guidelines, some keys, BPM, You can train it with songs that were popular over time, but can you have that responding to a human playing? No, I'm curious to see that, but I don't think. I mean, how can you have the human element out of art? Patrick, I was very disappointed with AI attempt to remove instrument or do instrument separation from a mix. Yes, but if you were to send out multi-track into an AI, it could understand the different layer. I mean, and put that together. It's easier to put it together, but it's different from to separate it. But still, I don't think AI is gonna understand like imagine, and I'm gonna give you a great example. If you were to tell an I want you to mix this song as a pop song. Most classic pop song, you have a great album, and you I want you to mix that as a really popular song that's gonna play on the radio for the next 50 years. Can you get Phil call in the air tonight intro? Can you get Beat It? Those are really really unusual mix. This is not how you would mix effect and bass on these songs. As an example. So the decision of taking a piece of recording. Nope, I don't think that's gonna happen. You won't have that uniqueness. Um, Ralph, no Ben will accept AI to mix their show because they have no one to blame. Yeah, maybe, maybe, but um, I don't think any band will accept to have AI mix their show or mix their album. And the reason why is the human element, because it's not only to blame someone. It's a really good joke, by the way. Really liked it. But the thing is, when you think about it, if you want to be unique, and I'm not talking about those pop artists that are, dime a dozen and they sound the same and they all have those products that are made to be generic. If you want to have a uniqueness in your sound, and funny enough, I was watching a video of Andrew Sheps about mixing the Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins is another great example. No AI will ever put that amount of distortion on a guitar, and no AI will understand the subtle movement that I just saw in Andrew Sheps' videos today, because he's adding, he's building an effects chain and sending guitar into an effects chain to do like an auto panning chorusy effect, which is a great thing to do. If you when you want to have depth, you put a little bit of reverb and chorus into guitar. Or I was watching Warren Ewarts today release a short when he explained how to get a delay into reverb. You can tell an AI to do that, but is it better to have a quarter note or an 8-note delay on that song? Because the BPM is calling for 110, but it's a double time feel, or the time feel is double on the vocal. So do you want long or short reverb on that? Do you want long or short delay on that? It's the AI cannot take artistic decision. And funny enough, this is a discussion that I had because I drove for about 20 hours this week with one of my partner driving a truck around the province of Quebec, and we were talking about that stuff, the artistic expression of a sound engineer. When you have a sound engineer, you need to have an image of the result that you want to get from your band. You need to understand what that band is all about. It could be replicating the album, it could be replicating the band on stage, it could be a mix of those in between. So having an AI try to do that for you, you take out the interpretation of that stuff and bouncing of the playing between everybody. No, not for now. From what I understand of AI right now, I don't think that can happen. And that video was probably monitored by AI to understand those stuff, and they probably transcript in the bottom, and the AI is aware that I'm talking about AI and what it cannot do, so maybe it can raise a flag somewhere and say, hey, AI is not ready for that, and they can try to work on that. Who knows? So, yeah. That's about it. Sorry, guys. We went really deep into AI. I was not expecting that. I have a few more minutes before I go. Well, I started the show late today, so I want to make sure that we at least have an hour of content so you guys can have something to watch for an hour. After the first 10 minutes, you're not working. Come on. I don't speak English. I'm going to need another coffee soon. So maybe one more question or two. After that, we're going to dive into... I'm gonna dive back into life and work and the thing. Oh, you weren't really sure if you want to talk about that? Okay, let's talk about this, because maybe it's gonna have an impact on the overall community or the social media community. TikTok. Yes, I've talked about it. I said the TikTok ban. I saw the TikTok ban. I was not really a TikTok user, where I had an account, or I think I still have an account, because I'm in Canada, so it has nothing to do with us Canadian. I have a TikTok account. I've probably spent 20 minutes on TikTok on my whole life. Not really a fan. Well, I'm watching YouTube Shorts, and I think a lot of content creators that were multi-platform are just going to end up having the same kind of result on other platforms. TikTok's going to be banned. All the kids will jump on YouTube Shorts because it's kind of the same thing. And I think YouTube Shorts today are going to make way more money in the upcoming weeks. And after that, people will either jump on another platform. Like, was it Vine before that had 4 seconds video? People are going to jump on another platform like Instagram or YouTube Short. But my feeling is YouTube Short's going to get really big. And nothing's going to change much in my life, because I'm consuming YouTube Shorts and I'm consuming the same content, the exact same content on other platforms. So the people that were big on TikTok, they're probably going to move on to YouTube and make more money, because YouTube is giving more money back to those creators, to be honest. Yep, that's gonna be the outcome of that, I believe. To me, it's not changing much. I'm not TikTok generation. The people that I watch that are TikTok creator are on Instagram, and I watch it on Instagram or Facebook. I know I'm old. But other than that, no, I don't see any difference. It's not going to do much for me. Or maybe actually it's going to help me, because I have a established YouTube channel. When I say established, I mean I have a few thousand subscribers on here. And companies will stop to not giving me deal because I don't have a TikTok account. Because this is something like the Temu stuff that you guys saw before. I have a couple sponsorship from Temu. Because Temu is not paying me, and I don't know if I've been clear about that or not, but Temu is not paying me. They give me stuff for free for me to review. So every time that I want to review something from Temu, I just go on the store. They give me a limit of store credit. I get the gear, and I can do my video about it. if I wanted to be paid, I need an Instagram, I need a TikTok, and I need to do a 10-minute dedicated video on YouTube. That's how it's worked. So maybe I will get more money out of Temu. Maybe I will do more video with Temu, because right now I'm not planning on doing anything from Temu. I was a little disappointed by the microphone that I get. I was expecting garbage, but not that much garbage. That's the latest video that I released, by the way, last Wednesday. If you guys want to go watch it after this live stream, be my guest. You're gonna have probably some great. You're gonna have probably some great answer to should you buy a cheap microphone or not. TikTok is back as of now, at least in the States. Wow, that was a long ban. It lasts 24 hours maybe. Or people just got VPN and said, screw you, I live in Canada now under a VPN. Temu probably made an acoustic clone, probably. But the thing is, they're not made by Temu. They're made by people that sell on Temu. They have a deal with those guys. But basically, Wish and Temu is all the same thing. I should do a video where I show, well, how to do a live setup from, yeah, it's like Etsy. There you go. I should do a video. I should call them and do a video on. Americans don't know about VPN. Well, Americans don't know about much other than America. That's another debate for another thing. But yeah, if you're American here, I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Guillaume. I'm Canadian. And I think you guys should just be aware of the world around you. And America is not only America. Nothing against you guys. I love you guys. I know a lot of American people and they're great. But you, in the American culture, you guys just don't know about the rest of the world. And I don't blame the individual. I blame the school, the system that is made so you guys are so like focused about yourself. But the funniest thing that I've heard, in you if you are from somewhere else in the world, you wouldn't understand that. You guys probably know the YouTuber Red Shoal. He's got a really good guitar channel where he's a musician for many people. He's a hired gun. He's a session musician. And he traveled around the country, and back then it was the time the time of the year where you change the hour. You know, you go back 1 hour, I believe. It was the winter time change. And he was doing a live stream and said, not a lot of people are here because of the time change. It was like on the day after. People are not used to it. And he said straight out on this live stream, I don't know if the rest of the world is doing that, but I know in the state we do. And I was like, yes, summertime and wintertime is a thing like all over the world. And I found out the funniest thing ever, that because you guys just are so like in your thing, in your own world. America is the center of the world, that you don't know that kind of thing. You guys don't travel. Americans don't travel much, because I understand you have all kind of climate in the country. You don't have to move. You can go to the beach. You can do some snowboarding. You can visit the mountain. You can go in the desert, all in your own country. Good for you guys. But you're not aware of anything. The news don't report about anything in the world other than something really like a huge like colossal event that could maybe affect you guys. Other than that, you guys don't care about that. And I don't blame the individual, I blame the system. You guys are so deep in your own, you guys look so deep in your own hand that you don't see the big picture around you guys. Sorry, I love you, my American friends, but that's the perception that I have from the people in the States. And I don't want to end the stream on that. That will be really a disaster if I do. So please tell me, guys, start me on something about live sound or about the wing, whatever, because it will be bad if I end the stream like this. Like, that's a no-go. You have your own opinion and brain. Okay. I don't know, Nick. Maybe, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone. It's really not what I want to do, but this is the perception that I have in the discussion that I have with some American friends of mine. And yeah, I don't mean that in a like offensive way. It's my perception from the American people, and the American people is not one of you guys. It's a lot of people. Most American people are not aware of the global climate, of the global political and global thing. Most of them live their own life in their own little bubble, and trust me, some Canadian here are the same way. But yeah, it's I think the walls are thicker when it comes time to stuff to go inside the States. Thank you, Robert, for trying to move on the conversation. I really appreciate that. What surprised you the most when you started to use the Wing Compact, good or bad? Well, actually, the most surprising thing for me was trying to go with the USB MIDI stuff. I thought it would be exactly the same as the Wing, full size, all my integration that I have with OBS. It did not work the same way. I had to use other ports. I had to rebuild some other stuff. But I understand now, thinking about it, that this is a different section of the console than what's on the full size. So, yeah, it's that surprised me. I was expecting that to be like one-to-one flip there. The fader thing also, like the firmware thing, if it can be fixed, it would be amazing if it could be a single firmware update for all the console. Maybe make the file bigger, maybe make the file, no, it's a compact and you should apply those feature on it. Other than that, I don't know. I really like the compact, to be honest. I like the flexibility. I like the having the route thing. And funny enough, and I've said that a long time ago, when I imagine a Wing compact, it kind of looked like this, in the sense of, I remember being on a live stream many years ago and say, I just want to have the USB section, one layer of button here, one layer of button here. I was expecting it to be 16 fader though, but I understand that if you keep the same ratio of fader, having 12 fader and the master section, or actually I was expecting 12 fader in the full size master section on a 19-inch unit, but they made a really great product. I love it. I've just done 3 shows with it. I'm still going out to do 40 more this year minimum with the compact. I love it. Thank you very much for thank you very much for what you guys did. If anybody from Behringer is watching this, thank you very much, guys. You're doing a great job. I have some stuff that I feel still is missing on the Wing, especially in the effects section. It's been a while since we had new stuff. I have a couple ID. I gave them to some people, but I don't know if they went through or if they were heard. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm missing right now, that I can see maybe a couple things. I think we can maybe dive a little more deeper into the show control stuff. Maybe we can think about doing macros or more, something like that. I really like what I discovered last week about doing the show control stuff, but I think we should have a different approach to this. Show control should be a thing, but we should have option to do macro or to do command recall in a more simplest way than what I did. It was a long process, I believe. And oh yeah, something that I don't like about the rack, and maybe that can be changed. When I'm in this section here, I would love to have every section being fully customized, because the thing is, I always end up on the user part, because I have a couple things that I want to access here, I have a couple things that I want to access here, and I have a couple things that I want to access here. So what I do, well, I need to recreate a custom. I need to recreate a custom user setup, because all those sections are great, but I cannot use them by themselves. So you can set the DCA layer to be whatever you want. But I would like to have the main and bus. Like I would like to have these 4 sections to be like 4 row, 4 button. By default, put it like this. But if you want, like the fader, if you want to change the layer, I think you should. On the rack and the compact, because the rack is also having a smaller section. So yeah, if by default all the bus could be on bus, all the DCA could be on DCA, main and matrix should be all together. But if I wanted to change those, I think it should be an option to, like I said before, long press one section of the console, you end up on kind of like this menu here. And in the config section, you'll be able to choose whatever you want and have in those 16 custom control. It would be fun to have that. I don't know if it's only software based. Probably, but yeah. Is the case for your compact really heavy? Well, the one that I have for my monitor rig, sorry, I'm gonna switch that. The one that I have for my monitor rig is really heavy, because I have a UPS and 2 DL231 in it, and a 5U drawer that is on the way. So it's about 150 kilos, or close to 300 pounds, but really heavy. But I mean, this is what I need for that tour. When it comes to this one, I'm gonna have the lightest case possible. I'm talking about a 8mm plywood, and it's just gonna be to protect it from being knocked while I'm just carrying it around, because I'm not afraid for the console, bouncing in the back of my car. I'm afraid of stuff falling into my screen. I'm afraid of stuff like bumping the fader out of the way. It's more to protect the physical stuff from hitting it than the console being damaged. I don't need a shock mount case to put the console in the back of my car. But yeah. Too many statements. If you were to have a single firmware for all flavor, waste of computing time and larger file tree, distinct firmware is better. I understand that, Patrick, but the thing is, people are not used to that, and they get that mixed up. That's not. This is what, to avoid user error, and I think I know exactly why we would do that, but I think to avoid user error, having a single firmware for all the version would be the best way to go. That way you avoid, I don't know cost wise if answering all those people complaints about flashing the wrong firmware on it, and people probably have return consoles saying that they were broken. I think as a business, spending the time to do that is better than having people send the console back, because they cannot flash the right firmware on their own console. And people are not, I've talked about this before here on this channel. People that are here, you guys are so next level versus the average Joe that are using these consoles. Yes, I understand, but some people do their firmware update, they don't know why, they don't understand the feature, and all they know is that they need to press this knob, and they press home, and they set the gain, and they raise the fader. Some people using these consoles right now in the world that have no clue what's the difference between the different compressor, and they just do gain raise the fader. We need to be, it needs to be idiot proof to that point, I think. Ask to make all 4-layer user programmable. Just like the fader layer. Yeah. Exactly what I want, Rob. Virtual layer is cool. I didn't venture into the virtual layer. I need to do that eventually. You could do it maybe like on Mac, the 2 or 3 flavor on a single file, and only one flavor is used at a time. Yes. Is it possible to program user button on the compact to activate phantom power, high pass filter, and polarity switch and on? Oh, great question. We're gonna dive into this then. I'm gonna switch to here. I'm gonna press the view button. I'm gonna press. How do you do it again? Is it here and or you double press? Hold on. I know there's a way to do it. You go on view and you press. Okay, you go on view and you press the user. And it's opening up that window. Let's see what the options are. Let's see. Phantom power. Do we have that in the other? We still have a lot of things here. We have the talkback enable from the, well, I'm in I selected a button other. We have the talkback, the global main alternative. You can switch between your input and your output. Monitor speaker, mono swap, monitor mute, fader at 0. Okay, maybe not here. Let's go channel mute. We have that channel solo, DCA mute, which is a great thing. Fader spill, fixed per meter, DAW button, channel page. Channel page is going to be for if you want to travel to somewhere really fast. You can just have that on knob. Overview page, no. Other, no. We just looked. GPIO, no. It's just gonna be the GPIO. Fader start, no. Show control, scene recall, no. Hold on. The answer is probably not yet, John. Not yet. I don't see why it cannot be implemented in the future. Again, I'm going to say the same thing that I've said before. It's probably there on the list, but it's probably not high on the priority list. I would rather see like stuff like, the custom button being fully accessible. Before that, of course, you can use Patrick's software to do that because Patrick's software are translating from OSC to other options, so you can do anything. If it can be done on the console, it can be done by a software, but from the console itself, not as of right now, I think is the answer. I like that section on the full size, make the workflow a bit faster. Cool, great. All right, so on a better note, because we were way too deep before, on a better note, like we are right now, I'm gonna call it a show. Thank you very much for being here with us, guys. You have no idea how much I appreciate that every single one of you are taking time to join us and talk about pretty much anything. We talk about AI, we talk about great stuff. You guys are opening my mind, and I hope I can open up yours too. Everybody is always welcome here. By the way, I love everybody. Doesn't matter where you are, who you are. As long as we're here to have fun, talk about live sound, talk about the Wayne Compact, talking about other stuff. As long as we could keep it civilized and entertaining and fun and mind-opening, I'm gonna have a good time with you guys. On that beautiful note, I want you guys to please take care of yourself, and I see you all next week.